Welcome, friends. Welcome to Pratham. This is Boost Your Vocabulary session number 51. Today we'll learn some more words. So let's go ahead and check the new words. The first word for today is misanthrop. The meaning is someone who hates people in general. So you must have heard of the word misanthropy, right? So misanthrop is a word, it's a noun. Its meaning is someone who hates people in general. The sentence can be used here. Let's check the examples. I finally relented on going to the mall, which is always crowded, after my friend gently poked my arm and told me to stop being such a misanthrope. It means stop hating people. Okay, so he poked me and he told me to stop being such a misanthrope. Another sentence can be, Scrooge wasn't the mean-spirited misanthrope most of us believe him to be. So he was not a mean-spirited, people-hating person. Remember, it's a noun. The word is misanthrope. I'll repeat the sentences for you. I finally relented on going to the mall, which is always crowded, after my friend gently poked my arm and told me to stop being such a misanthrope. Scrooge wasn't the mean-spirited misanthrope most of us believe him to be. Remember, it's a noun. Moving on to the next word for today. The next word is implacable. It's an adjective, and the meaning is not capable of being appeased, significantly changed, or mitigated. The word is implacable, and it's an adjective. The sentence is, he has an implacable hatred for his political opponents. That is something that's not being capable of being appeased, that cannot go down, all right? He hates his political opponents so much. So he has an implacable hatred for his political opponents. Another example can be, an implacable judge who knew in his bones that the cover-up extended to the highest levels of government. So, implacable is an adjective, and it means something that cannot be appeased, not capable of being appeased, something that's, it's significantly changed or mitigated. So, it's not capable of significantly change or mitigated. That's what implacable means. Moving on, the third word is hoodwink. It's a verb, and the meaning is to deceive or trick someone. So hoodwink means to deceive or to trick someone, and it's a verb. The sentence is, don't let yourself be hoodwinked into buying things you don't need. That means don't let someone deceive you or trick you into buying something you don't need, right? So don't let yourself be hoodwinked into buying things you don't need. Another sentence can be, Tom Sawyer famously hoodwinked the other boys into thinking there was nothing more enjoyable than whitewashing a fence. So don't let anyone hoodwink you. That means don't let anyone deceive you or trick you. And remember, it's a verb. Moving on, Paladin. So it's a noun. And the meaning is a leading champion of a cause or a trusted military leader. Yeah, so a leading champion of a cause or a trusted military leader. The sentence is, the keynote speaker is regarded as a paladin of environmental justice. I repeat it for you. The keynote speaker is regarded as a paladin of environmental justice. That means he's considered as a champion of a cause. Another sentence can be, the prince summoned the paladin and commended him for his actions in battle. The prince summoned the paladin and commended him for his actions in battle. So a paladin is a person who is a leading champion of a cause or a trusted military leader. And remember, it's a noun. Next word is Nave. Yeah, so this is pronounced as Nave. It's a noun, and the meaning is the partially compacted granular snow that forms the surface part of the upper end of a glacier. So it happens that when there is a there is snow for a very, very long time, it gets converted into, compacted granular snow form. So that's what is known as Nave. The sentence is, after years of compaction, the constant pressure eventually transforms Nave into glacial ice. I repeat the sentence for you. After years of compaction, the constant pressure eventually transforms Nave into glacial ice. So it's a noun. I repeat the meaning for you. Neve is the partially compacted granular snow that forms the surface part of the upper end of a glacier due to pressure. So that's Neve. It's a noun. Recondite. The meaning is a formal word used to describe something that is difficult to understand or something that is not known by many people. It's an adjective. I repeat the meaning for you. A formal word used to describe something that is difficult to understand or something that is not known by many people. Let's check the sentences. Despite the A's she had been consistently earning, she was nervous that microbiology was too recondite a subject for her to master as she had the others. So she was not able to, she was feeling quite nervous. Even if she was getting quite A's in her subject, she thought that it's very difficult to understand. Another sentence can be, the candy has the perfect balance of sweet and tart, but what delights me most are the recondite facts printed inside the wrapper. So, again, I repeat the meaning for you. The word is recondite and its adjective meaning is a formal word used to describe something that is difficult to understand or something that is not known by many people. Moving on to the next word, it's countenance. It's a noun and the meaning is, again, it's a formal word that is most often used to refer to a person's facial expression or to the face generally, especially as an indication of mood, emotion, or character. I repeat the meaning. A formal word that is most often used to refer to a person's facial expression or to the face generally, especially as an indication of mood, emotion, or character. And remember, countenance is a noun. Her cheerful countenance quickly put the lost visitors at ease. So that's a sentence. Another sentence can be, I was struck by the professor's kind and curious, bespectacled countenance. I repeat the sentences for you. Her cheerful countenance quickly put the lost visitor at ease. And the second sentence is, I was struck by the professor's kind and curious, bespectacled countenance. So it's a noun. Let's move on. Luscious. Richly luxurious or appealing to the senses. It's an adjective. And the meaning is richly luxurious or appealing to the senses. The sentence can be, their famous chocolate cake is served with a luscious peppermint whipped ice cream topping. So, their famous chocolate cake is served with a luscious peppermint whipped cream topping. Another sentence can be, her luscious voice swelling and decaying with total control. Her low notes booming sonorously. That means she's a very good singer. So, I'll repeat the sentences for you. Their famous chocolate cake is served with a luscious peppermint whipped cream topping. Another sentence is, her luscious voice swelling and decaying with total control. Her low notes booming sonorously. And remember, it's an adjective. Another word is bombast. It's a noun. Meaning is speech or writing that is meant to sound important or impressive, but that is not sincere or meaningful. I repeat the meaning for you. Speech or writing that is meant to sound important or impressive, but that is not sincere or meaningful. So on the one side, it's important. It might be impressive, but it might not be, it's not sincere or meaningful in nature. So it's a noun. Sentences, the other world leaders at the international conference had little interest in being subjected to the president's bombast. or the another sentence can be, you need less bombast and more substance in this speech on human rights. So I repeat the sentence for you. The other world leaders at the international conference had little interest in being subjected to the president's bombast. And another sentence can be, you need less bombast and more substance in this speech on human rights. That is, it needs to be more sincere and more meaningful. Another word is teleological. It's an adjective, and the meaning is a philosophical term meaning exhibiting or relating to purpose or design, especially in nature. I repeat the meaning for you. A philosophical term meaning exhibiting or relating to purpose or design, especially in nature. It's an adjective. The sentence is, their teleological theory on the origin of human beings was heavily challenged. Another sentence can be, how else to make sense of a world without any intrinsic narrative or teleological release. I repeat the sentences for you. The teleological theory on the origin of human beings was heavily challenged. Another sentence is, how else to make sense of a world without any intrinsic narrative, no teleological release. So it's an adjective. That's all, folks. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.